I wish you knew how hard it was for me to stop overthinking when I want to ignore it so badly. Do you know how hard it is to consider all the different possibilities? Do you even know how hard it is for me to just forget about it, even though I want to? I spend so much time thinking about what could have happened. Do you know how badly I want to just restart life? The way you can just restart a game? Regret is just so fucking painful, because it is agonizing knowing that things could have been so different, that the grass will be greener on the other side. They say our minds are powerful, but you know what? Sometimes they work against us. I didn't choose to regret. I didn't choose to spend hours daily stuck in my own head, screaming endlessly, regretting my decisions. I just did, without yielding. I just did. When we have reached the end of the road, what do we regret the most? Author Bronnie Ware, an Australian nurse who spent time with the dying in the last 12 weeks of their lives, discovered the answer to this question. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. I wish that I had let myself be happier. But would you really have done things any differently? You think you will. You wished you did. And all you hope for is another chance.
Open your eyes.
That's what you want to believe. And for those few moments of wonder, you have achieved what you set out to distract yourself. Yes, you considered alternative scenarios not because you think it is possible, but because you needed a distraction.
It's a nightmare.
A distraction to escape
Is that how you
from
expose that?
reality. Suppose we think it was a good idea to buy the latest pair of shoes, we regret it. The most obvious lack of information problem could be price. We regret our decision because we bought it at a higher price than we could have gotten it at another shop. But I'm talking about another kind of information. The experience you get from having purchased the shoe, tried the shoe, and realized that it does not meet your expectations. And this kind of information is not something you could have obtained without making the decision to purchase. To regret in this case is to fail to realize that you learned something in the process, and that should you not learn this, you would have made the exact same decision as before. Now, there exists another kind of information that is relevant here. Our priorities. They inform our decisions. But what we often don't realize is that our priorities change over time and over events. People regret things they do when they were younger, not because doing them was a bad choice then, but because doing them was a bad choice from their older perspective. Their young selves wouldn't have done anything differently. I know that makes you uncomfortable, because that's exactly how I felt. The idea that you are not in control, the feeling of uncertainty, it just goes against how we are designed. There are 1 million scenarios you think of when something goes against what you expect. You're just trying to convince your poor mind that you could have seen it coming. No matter how careful you plan, no matter how much information you gather, no matter what happens, you will never see it coming. In The Power of Regret, How Looking Backwards Moves Us Forward, author Daniel Pink identified the 4 most common types of regret. Foundational, the failure to be responsible regarding education, finances, or health. Bonus, the chances not taken. Moral, taking the low road. Connection, fractured or unrealized relationships. In some way, it seems that people tend to regret not taking the harder path, the one which requires more discipline, courage, and inner strength. And that's understandable. But then, if we chose the easier path, why do we regret? But more importantly, if we have decided that we want to take the harder path, why are we unable to do it? Is it the lack of will, the lack of discipline, or something else altogether? Why do we continue to sabotage our own efforts in making a change? Is it because we don't really want to change? That we actually cannot make the sacrifices required?
Now, I have come to the crossroads in my life. I always knew what the right path was. Without exception, I knew, but I never took it. You know why? It was too damn hard.
Maybe, but there's more to it than a lack of ability. You lack information. Information that you will only get in the future, after making a decision or when circumstances change. If I could summarize the video in a sentence, this is it. To regret is to regret who you are now. But who you are now determines the regrets you will have. I could tell you all about what a bitch regret is, and it wouldn't really make a difference. You don't need to be convinced what a shit show it is. You don't need a method to deal with it. You don't need anything at all. Regret is an emotion, and emotions defy logic. You can't reason your way out of regret. It's something that arises in you when all the dots connect. The real problem is that we are trying to explain something that cannot be explained. Something that is not within our control. When we do that, we become stuck, and this sense of being trapped is nothing short of torture. Now, if you can see regret as the great balancer, if you can see regret as the shaping of who you are, if you can see regret the same way I do, then embrace regret. Treat it the way you treat happiness. Let it come and let it go. Just like how you can't chase after happiness, stop trying to chase away regret. The more you chase it away, the more painful it will be.
I'm sick and tired of seeing you in pain. Your head's in a haze. Won't you lean on me? I'll catch you if you fall. So take a leap of faith. Your fixed ideas clouding up your mind. Won't stop until common sense applies. The sun illuminates ahead. Need you to let go. I'm standing on a cliff side while you tumble way below the waves. Undercurrent pulls you in. I try to guide you out to go.